full of an adventure, right? Because if life was, I got everything that I exactly planned out to get, it wouldn't be as exciting as, oh fuck, like I remember being in Thailand doing that shitty movie, and I was in the forest with Chin Han from Batman, right? And we were gonna go get a fruit plate somewhere, right? And we're like on these bikes.
That's what you guys were like,
yeah, and we're on a bikes trying to get to this fruit plate place, right? And in my head I was like, I never thought, and it's not something that I really dreamt about doing, but it was just a weird, experience that I didn't plan, right? Or when I was in South Africa for 2 months and I did shows at that festival, it wasn't glamorous, but I remember being in a cafe in Johannesburg with Orny Adams, of all people, and we're writing jokes in this shitty little cafe. It was so hot, and there's flies buzzing around, and we're just laughing, making jokes. And in my head, I'm like, I never wanted to be with Orny Adams in a different country. But since then, but I am, right? And this is something that was a surprise to me, right? So, Tiger Belly isn't something that you ultimately maybe never dreamt about doing, but it is a successful thing. That it's also, imagine this, there's a lot of comics that have tried podcasts, and they don't work. It's not a guarantee. You have to hit lightning in a bottle. There's just something weird about this specific chemistry in this moment that we're doing this that works, and so you did that.
Thanks. I have a wish for you. I wish you'd stop waiting for the pain to get moving. I wish you didn't require pain to get moving.
I know, but I need pain. Because I'll tell you why. Because it has to do with my drug addiction.
I also think that you romanticize the whole artist living difficultly and then coming out of it like a fucking phoenix. A phoenix. But it's like sometimes you just have to be systematic about the way you work. Sometimes it's just about committing to doing writing, even if you get nothing done, 20 minutes a day, just putting it there, even if you hate it. Just the discipline of it. Why are you waiting for the pain?
Because it's like my drug addiction, right? The reason why I quit doing drugs and I turned my life over to 12-step groups and did the whole thing was because I couldn't deal with the suffering. I cannot be motivated without suffering. And it's been like that since day one, right? And sometimes I can handle a lot of spiritual pain. But what's happening now is there is pain there. I can feel it, okay? But it's still not greater than No Man's Sky.
Do you need me to take all the animals, pack up, and leave for 6 months and pretend like I'll never come back?
4 specials.
And you if that's what you need to get a Netflix special, I will pack up the whole family and be like, fuck you, I'm gone.
Yeah, I need that.
Oh shit, you guys. I might have to do one for...
We'll be out of a podcast for
I'll just podcast from a remote place and
let's store some up. Let's store a few up.
Yeah, let's.
I'm going to tell you what would need to happen for me to reinvent myself and to lose the weight and to work out and to write scripts and to write a full hour and everything. I'd have to lose Spling Up Together.
Jesus, don't put that out there.
I would have to. I'd have to lose Tiger Belly. Okay. You would have to leave. Okay.
This makes me so sad.
And then my parents would have to die.
Wow. So basically, don't hold your breath about the Netflix special.
It ain't happening.
It's never happening,
Let's
you
keep
guys.
enjoying the live shows, guys. What are the dates? Oh my god.
Yeah. Also, if you.
Oh, that makes me so sad to hear.
Yeah.
When were you most creative? What was your schedule like?
When he was hungry, he stopped. He's not hungry anymore. He's not staying hungry.
I was so good when I was hungry.
When there was no food, when he didn't know where his next meal was coming
Gotta
from,
eat.
When I was
that's when
hustling.
people do their best. But also, when you finally get fed, you should use the fuel in your cells to actually like keep on going. Now that you're well
I'm going to say this though, and you guys now, it's so funny that you guys are doing this. I was making a joke earlier about what it needs to take. Okay, it's getting that to the point because of. I'm not gonna say it. But when I went on Netflix yesterday, right, I saw a couple of faces. Right?
When you visited?
Yeah, we were watching what's that show that we're talking about? earlier?
Bacterias.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then in the little
The boxes.
there was a couple of boxes. I'm like, what?
Of comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you what?
Let me know your time.
Yeah, and that right there was almost motivating.
Almost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Almost.
again, don't hold your breath, you guys.
No, hold your breath.
I'm using reverse psychology.
Yeah, hold your breath.
Hold your breath. That's a special call.
Hold your
What
breath.
a weird podcast we have today.
Ugh,
Watch
God.
this and hear what's
How
favorite.
emotional was this?
But I'm gonna say this, sweetie. Right now, I'm not at a point where I can stop No Man's Sky. I have to get a freighter first.
Okay, but have I said anything
Yeah,
about you
I'm just
playing
telling
video
you.
games?
All right.
Also, I want to ask you a question. When you look at me as a person, like when you first met me, you thought like I had it going on or had it together, right?
Yeah.
You thought that, oh, she is a responsible adult with her own place, her own pets, money in her pocket, right?
Yeah.
When you see me now, do you see somebody that's succeeded past that, or do you see somebody who's like down in the dumps?
Baby, if you were down in the dumps, I wouldn't be with you.
Oh, well.
Damn.
No, I mean, no, I'm saying, no.
I know what you meant, but that sounded so hard.
I mean, no. If you were somebody, right? If you were somebody that I was like looking around, and go, look at this fucking, yeah, I mean, piece of shit.
Do I seem like someone lazy and not a go-getter?
No. No. And I think a lot of it has to do with, this.
I feel like I'm lazy and not.
Well, that's I'm not. I don't. When I look at you, I don't see that at all.
On group level, I have been severely depressed. Also, should I start eating meat again? And if you guys are vegetarians and you have advice on how to deal
Let's
with,
go to Korean barbecue tonight. I think we deserve it.
I think it has something to do
I think we deserve barbecue.
not getting enough B12. I take B12 supplements, but I
Tonight, let's go
cannot.
to Korean barbecue tonight, babe.
And no trigger too. Like everything's going fine in my life. I am just so blue, and I cannot climb out of it. I'm trying to exercise every day, but when I'm done exercising, you get that endorphin rush.
Oh, you're
I'm not
Filipino.
getting that.
Eat some pork.
I know, but I think it has to do with my diet. There's something that I'm not getting that's keeping me blue.
Meat.
I've been a vegetarian for 6 months,
Tonight,
7
let's get
months.
some Korean barbecue. Okay?
8 months.
We deserve it.
We deserve it. We deserve it.
You think so?
Yeah, we deserve
Okay,
it.
do you think that it's gonna make me happier
Yes,
tomorrow?
I think it is.
I shit a
think
lot
it is.
though, but yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm so hungry. So, what do we got time?
We're
great.
We're great. We're fine.
But you have to listen to it.
Yeah,
No,
shit.
honestly, you have to listen to it.
Do you know I listened to this podcast like twice before I
And
did
you
it?
all the way through, and remember, this is an entertainment podcast. I
Also,
don't want
this,
people to get dragged down.
this
you know?
might be the first one where you didn't say anything racial.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Just say right now.
Reverse psychology, here we go!
Oh god, just cut it off now. Should we do a question?
Yeah, let's do one question.
Okay.
I think we got personal enough without a question on this one. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we don't need a question?
I think it got deep enough. Like, the question is the deep part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, I'm on
Let's
I'm on
save
too
the
much of an
question.
emotional
Let's save it.
roller
Yeah,
coaster.
let's save the questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, so, no, I just didn't want to hear that voice.
Yeah, sorry. Any shows for Bobby? If you want to hear more of this kind of material, check out the show.
No.
No shows.
We should talk about our Patreon though.
We want to do the housekeeping? Or
Oh,
wanna do
you don't have to stay for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see the dogs. Thanks for listening, guys.
But any shows though, we should people be looking at.
Yeah, I
People
think
been
Bobby
asking about
does
Bobby's
Brea
shows.
in September. I think that's the only one that he has because he's currently filming right now, so
In
he
Brea?
won't be on the road.
When is that?
I think it's in September.
Yeah.
And then I think October and onwards he's a little bit more free. So if you for more road dates you can go to bobbyleelive.
It's great to get outside and meet the people.
It sure is. Everybody rich wallet, have fun with swim design. You guys, I love my Ridge wallet. It's a the best wallet I've ever had in my whole entire life. I just love the way it looks. It fits in my pocket well, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna ever get destroyed. And it's just so convenient. And I thank the Lord Jesus that they created it for me.
It's such a smart design.
It's a great design, yeah, it really is.
Like to think of this little notch right here
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you can push out your cards this way.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pick them from the front.
And a lot of these what do you call it, clip wallets, they have a credit card thing, but all the credit cards are exposed almost,
Yeah.
usually out. So they weather fast. This right here, they're in a wall. They have two walls. You use yours too as well?
You have anti-theft
That's nice.
protection.
It's got anti-theft protection, and I'm so grateful that they're even sponsoring us. This is great. Go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly for 10% off, guys. That's ridgewallet.com, promo code TigerBelly. Ridge Wallet, it's fun and slim design. You ready?
Yes. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of The Tiger Belly. I have my beautiful girlfriend with me. Her name's Kalila. Give her a round of applause, everybody.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. We've got Georgetown, USA right there with his pink penis and his pink skin and his white. You're so white. You know, with that kind of shirt on, you're like the whitest of whites. I love it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because you guys rule the world. You understand that? You and the Russians and everybody. I love it. I love it.
The Russians.
I love what you guys are doing. And then we got his handsome cousin right there.
Gorgeous.
Way better than you looking than you.
Gorgeous.
Way better. Like God spent some time on Bryce. So give Bryce a round of applause. He's back from the farms, man. He was back from the farms. And we got Flip. I love him. What's from the Philippine state of the islands of the Philips. Right there, man.
The flip-flips.
Yeah. And guys, what a wonderful guest we have here. When George a couple of months ago said, "What's your wish list?" Who did I put in there? I put a lot of big people in there.
George Clooney.
Clooney. Yeah, Clooney was on it.
Barack Obama.
David Duchovny.
Yeah. Theo was on it. Duchovs was on it. You know what I mean? I literally said Thomas Henry, but I don't know if he'll do it. Remember I said that? But you put his name down, and guess what? Who we have right now? I don't know. You know what we have today? We have motherfucking Thomas Lennon. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Thomas Lennon. From Reno 911, 1,000 movies, Sean Saves the World, Odd Couple. Good luck. Goodbye, Bobby Lee. Yeah. Listen, man.
I'm gonna sing. I'll sing an intro for you every time I'm introduced.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Thomas Lennon, everybody. Give him a round of applause. I fucking love your energy right now, man. Let me say something to you, T. Can I call you T?
Yeah, but don't say my name again, or otherwise I'm gonna have to introduce you.
Yeah. The Mirage proudly welcome. Thomas.
Bobby, I'm glad to see you, my friend. The last time I saw you, we used to.
What would you?
Remember that period of our lives where we ate a lot of Italian food?
Yeah. Aggiano's.
No, there was that Italian restaurant in Detroit.
Oh yeah, that one we went
were
to.
going crazy on Italian food.
So T and I, we've done a couple of things together. When we were in Detroit, we did that movie, Harold and
I wish I could remember the name of it.
Harold and Kumar Christmas People.
The Christmas People.
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar's Christmas People.
Yeah, Christmas People, and that was fun.
You were the bravest. I've been in a lot of movies. That's not brag. That's some of them in one or two good movies. You had the hardest day I've ever seen anybody put up with on that movie. There's a scene where Bobby. Have you guys seen the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a scene where Bobby gets pelted with eggs. You're running from like
Yeah.
and they shot that so many times, and it was so
It was
brutal.
a machine
Yeah.
made.
Like a Tommy gun.
Yeah, like a Tommy gun egg machine.
Shooting at you.
And like each egg, it's like having a paintball on it.
I believe in the script it said it looks like the shot of Charlie Sheen in
Platoon.
Platoon.
Right.
When he's just going up. Or is that
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe? I don't know.
It was
One of those
either
ones.
one.
Yeah.
It was either one.
So you got hit so badly.
Yeah. And what happened was,
You're a real champ.
they go, it's gonna sting, but I think you can handle it. I go, yeah, dude, it's fucking no breather. Oh man, bro.
Yeah, and then they shot you with a machine gun full of eggs.
Yeah. And then as soon as one hit me,
Yeah.
it was the most painful thing I'd ever felt.
Why was it so hard?
So it hit, and I go, oh no, there's 80 more.
There's 80 more.
Oh,
And
my
by the way,
God.
also like, can't you get like Legionnaire's disease from just like basically they're like, we're gonna murder you,
Yeah.
but we're also gonna give you salmonella
Right.
on the streets of Detroit.
And you know what the director did too? He goes, there's not enough on the face. So his own eggs,
Yeah.
and just started throwing eggs on my head when I'm on the ground.
Yeah. That
Like
was,
a bastard.
I remember thinking, this is fucked up,
Yeah.
and I should say something.
Did you?
Fuck no. Because I was like, what if they come for me? I was like, when they come for Bobby, that's a good time for me to stay low and be like, I don't know him.
And you know what? I also worked with you on
Fucking head down.
Sean Saves the World.
I know, that's when you got me to start smoking again, because you made it look sexy.
Oh yeah,
I was hanging out.
That's
I know,
right.
but you were smoking and I was just looking at you. You gotta be very careful, because I was out looking at you, and we were sitting on a break on the Universal lot, and I used to smoke 3 packs a day. One time I smoked a cigarette through my nose. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
I'd had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, don't you dare smoke. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, joke's on you, motherfucker. When I left, I lit a cigarette and went.
Whoa.
So I was that guy.
Yeah.
Then I quit for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I saw you one day, and you're just sitting. Here's what you're doing. You're literally just like lounging outside at Universal.
Yeah.
Like pontificating.
Oh my God, I love it.
How he does it.
Pontificating.
That's how he does it.
And you're making like smoke rings.
Yeah.
And you're writing out funny letters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that looks fucking appealing.
Yeah.
And then I burned a cigarette off you.
And then you've been smoking.
And then I was like, hey, can I have one more later? And then like later I chased your car and I'm like, give me one more, I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah.
And then I smoked for a couple
Oh
years.
my
Then I got
God.
hypnotized and I'm great. I'm really
I'm
good.
so sorry
No,
that
I'm
I got
good.
hooked back in.
It wasn't you. You just made it appealing.
And
You never said like, do this or I'll kill you.
Right, but I
No.
should have just given you one and let
You
it
just
go.
it just looked cool.
He
Yeah.
doesn't smoke anymore.
No,
I know. We talked
know.
about that before we even started.
It's been a year now.
It's
Exactly
over a year. Over a year.
Oh yeah.
It's been over a year. I know, all right, because I'm suffering through it. Okay, baby. When I was working on that show, that's Sean Hayes, and it was a sitcom.
Mhm. Oh my
And
God, you were really funny on that.
I know, but can I just say something?
Uh-huh.
I literally and I like white dudes. I do. I think. Just listen what I'm saying.
I'll take him with a grain of salt. I'm real nervous that there's one between me and the door. I mean, not to be a dick.
No, what I'm saying, and I
There's
don't.
a real kind of tiki torch looking dude between me and the door. I didn't say that. I mean, you present. I can't help how you present.
I know.
He has a tiki
You
torch.
got a
boy.
slight tiki vibe. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's how you present.
It's the way you present it.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Okay, so you
But
said,
I saw. But
the
what
last
I
thing you said was, I love white guys.
No, I know, but I do. But what I'm saying is that I get like when I see some comics and stuff, and they're Caucasian. I go, yeah, I gotta defeat them, or I can be better, or I'm better,
Right.
or whatever, right? It's
Right.
just one of those things where it's the way that I can like own up to my ethnicity and,
Right.
and find courage and you
Yeah.
know and set marks for myself. But when I saw you on that show, I'm not. I mean, I know you probably don't like compliments, but dude,
Who said- wait,
you were
who said that?
so fucking.
Did someone warn you in advance? Like, hey, whatever you do, don't
But you are
compliment Tom.
so fucking good, dude.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm really good in small doses, which is why you'll love Dog Days. Not currently.
Oh, you want to segue into the thing you're going to promote?
It was a quick
already.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Yeah, we're not there. No, we're not talking about it yet.
Well, I'm gonna. The thing is, I'm just gonna do that like 16 times, and then
Yeah,
it's over.
yeah.
But now I'll segue right
So
back.
Dog
down.
Days
The Tiki
is a
Torch
movie.
guy is
Is
still
it out
looking
now? Dog Days.
Right now.
And
Sure.
when did it? Friday it came out.
Yeah, Wednesday. But you know Ken Marino from the state,
Yeah.
the big, the handsome Italian.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Ken directed it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a little funnier than you might expect.
Right, and it's
Yeah.
is there obviously dogs in it?
There's nothing but dogs in it.
Right.
You saw the poster.
Tom Bell's in it, right?
Yes, Tom Bell
Yeah,
is
you know
totally.
Tom.
Oh, I love Tom.
Yeah.
I saw the poster.
Yeah. The poster
Dog Days.
cuts off
It's
at
all
people's waists.
Yeah. So are you any of those legs?
I'm the khakis.
You are.
As you can tell by the incredible bulge. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Again, he's looking at me now. Tiki.
So the Dog Days is out, and you saw the movie, obviously.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
You love it.
It's a very funny movie.
Yeah.
It's a sweet movie. Now, sometimes there's movies that like my in-laws in Ohio don't want to see that I'm in.
Right.
That's most of my oeuvre. You know,
Yeah.
is either like in Bad Teacher, like just my fingers on the Xerox machine. Something stupid's happening. But this is the one. This is actually like a fun movie that like people can go see,
Great.
and they won't hate you later.
Yeah, well, I love dogs, and I do. I obviously have 3.
In
Yeah.
fact, we have a picture of our dog in front of one of the, those,
yeah.
the bench.
Oh, cute.
Here, I gotta show it to you.
Wait, you have a photo of one of our dogs in front of his
Dog Days
Yeah.
poster.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's so
Oh, that's
cute.
amazing.
Which one of the dogs?
Julio.
No.
I love
oh,
Julio
Julio.
so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Julio's in front of him.
Julio's the sort of salt and pepper.
No, Julio is the all
Julio's the
brown.
little brown crazy one.
Do you have dogs?
I got 2 dogs, Heidi and Pedro. Yeah, what's up?
And I know I don't want to get deep into it,
I
but
want to get nothing but deep into it.
here, and it's so funny because I'm thinking of today. I was
I'm
thinking,
gonna pee in this jar while you talk.
but today I was
No,
thinking,
good.
today I was thinking, what are my encounters with Thomas Alva?
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell you, I remember all the encounters I've had with him.
Okay. What
The
was
first one you'll probably never remember, Maggiano's.
Was it Maggiano's Little Italy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
of course.
over there
By
on
the
3rd
Grove.
Street, right? And
Yeah.
you were there with a lot of family.
Yeah.
Do you remember that or no?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Because you said hi to me,
Yeah.
and at that point,
Mhm.
I didn't really know who you were.
Right.
And then later I researched,
Uh-huh.
and then I felt guilty for not being more friendly to Thomas.
Mhm.
So that was my first encounter with him, and that must have been 15 years ago.
Okay. Well, now, let me say my side of that. I was so excited to see you. I'm like, oh my God, there's Bobby Lee. I'm just act like a big wheel in front of my huge family and be like, look,
Yeah.
here's one of my hundreds of Korean stand-up comedy friends. Like, this is just, like, this could be any night. And I'm like, oh, hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
And then you looked at me,
Yeah.
and you're like, who's this Tiki Torch guy? I don't know him. I don't need to be,
Oh, I'm blushing.
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
But you're like,
I'm blushing.
no, now I'm sad, because I'm like,
Right.
oh, boy, you acted like, you're like, oh, yeah, that's Tom, he's cool.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
did, and then I felt guilty, and then here's another encounter I remember.
Right.
I was at
Yeah.
El Cholo.
Sí, claro.
Yeah. And you were eating
Mm-hmm.
with your wife
Mm-hmm.
and one of your kids, I think. And I remember the kid in a Halloween
My white
costume.
family or my other family?
Well, you have a black family as well.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, I remember that. Do you remember that?
Of course.
No.
Well, I don't remember that well. But did you? Oh, no, I do. We were in the back little room. We were in the narrow room.
exactly.
And were you were out. Plug your ears.
Yeah.
Plug your ears. You're on a date with an
I think it was difficult to
That's okay. I'm
You
understanding.
That's
guys
just
were,
fine.
you guys were
I-
literally making.
No, we weren't doing that. No, we
El
were
Cholo.
making love.
It was just so much. It was like.
It doesn't hurt me.
It was
I've uncovered
literally-
hooker photos like all
It was
the
like
time.
it was like the Kama Sutra,
Yeah.
guacamole flying. It was dangerous because you had one of those open fajita plates, and just oh god,
Yeah.
making.
Yeah, that
And
would
that's
be-
what I told my son. I'm like, I'm glad that Bobby is making love on the next table here at El Cholo because you had to learn about this at some point.
So you don't remember?
No, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that, and I was like, Bobby, I haven't seen you since Detroit.
Yeah.
And you're like,
then that was that, and then and I'm gonna just tell you my next experience with you. You weren't in it. You weren't around.
okay.
But I was
Jerking off to
watching.
17 again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. You know, I rarely go out to the movies to watch anything, and I generally don't watch comedies because
It's not fun. Don't get high on your own supply.
yeah, exactly.
You watch horror, and then you watch
Right. Action
occasionally-
movies sometimes. Yeah.
Are you the same way?
And snuff. Yeah.
That's exactly him.
Yeah.
Snuff.
Do you,
Snuff is
well,
special.
have you ever bought a ticket to see another comedy that you weren't in?
It's been a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But of course I have. I just can't think of one.
Yeah.
But of course I have.
There's something about Mary is the last one I saw.
Come on, there's got to be another
Wow.
one.
I saw Kingpin before
That's not
that.
true because Best in Show came out after that.
Yeah, but I saw that on DVD.
Oh.
No, we're talking about in the theater.
In the theater, like buying a ticket.
I thought that you.
Because here, the other thing about being in comedies, like Dog Days, which is in theaters right now, is, can I ask this about you?
Yeah.
When you see a comedy, and any friend of yours is in it, do you just quietly go, fuck,
It's even.
Fuck.
It's not even that.
that could,
It's even. I go.
I'm a
in,
much funnier waiter.
I also go into myself.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm watching, I
You
go.
think-
I'll laugh like, "Oh, JoJo's in it," in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be like, "What the fuck have you been doing?
Yeah.
You didn't read for that."
You didn't, no, of course, this is exactly what I
Yeah,
do.
you had
I'm
an
like,
audition. You didn't
yeah.
read for it,
Yeah,
and because you were like doing some bullshit,
yeah.
and this is you fucked your own life up.
Okay, so there is a movie that my friend John Hamburg made called Why Him?
Yeah.
And there was a character in it called Gustav the Manservant.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, oh my god. And he's like, so Tom, I was kind of thinking about you when I wrote the movie. And he's like, I'd love you to come in. Just, gets political. Just come in and read for Gustav the Manservant. And I'm like, ach ja. I do some of it in German.
Yeah.
And I'm frolicking around. And I've got like the exact right weird tank top shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm like, ich bin Gustav der Manservant. Felt like I nailed it. We were wrestling him on the ground. It felt amazing.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he sends me an email because we're pals. He's like, oh, we're going a different way. And I'm like, oh, we're going a different way with the rule that I was kind of in your head.
Yeah.
And then I see the trailer of the movie, and it's probably my favorite living actor is Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, wow.
But so then you just go down a rabbit hole. So this is why you can't go see
Right.
comedies.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, well, that's great casting, son of a bitch, and he's got funny mutton chops.
You do ever have bad auditions? I feel like you don't.
No, I've tanked some stuff for sure.
And how you? Because I know I've talked about it a lot on this podcast, but
Yeah.
and I want to talk to him about it because I have PTSD from some of them.
Sure.
Like they're so
Give me a
terrible
great one, yeah.
that I had one in front of Amy Poehler once
Oh.
where
That
I
stinks.
on so bad that I hit my head over a water ball when I was walking in my car and I bled from my head.
Oh my god.
Like I abused myself.
I got one for you, and this is a weird, deep cut. But it was during Parks and Rec. They sometimes will bring in other actors just to fail, so that they can show the studio that they're positive about who they want. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I read for Nick Offerman's role.
Right.
But most of the people in charge of the show didn't even come. It was just we gotta turn some people through. You gotta throw a couple. We gotta have some lambs to the slaughter.
Did you know that going in or no?
I did not know that going in.
Right.
I was just like, the world is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, they wrote this very specifically for someone else. You're not that person. You are not getting it. Yeah.
Wow.
But every once in a while,
I had a friend who had a
Yeah.
sitcom, and I'll just say it. I'm not gonna say the person
Yeah.
or what the sitcom is,
Right.
but this person had a sitcom, and everyone read for it. And eventually, I started saying out loud, "I can't fucking read for that." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This person's my friend,
yeah.
and then I know they casted the part, right? But I get called in for it anyway.
No.
Yeah. I'm in a room with no producer, just an intern with a camera. Yeah, yeah. And I'm literally, once I
Like-
show up, I already know what it is.
Yeah. And they're like, do you need another one? They're like, no. Whoa.
Yeah.
I could do another one.
Yeah.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
Did you even get it? Yeah, it was great.
And that was like heart fucking breaking.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I once heard them closing Will Arnett's deal through the door.
While you were before you came in.
It was just like, I was like, oh. They're like, oh my God. Literally, tell Will we will do anything. Anything.
Yeah.
As long as he does it.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, it's Role of Gary. It's 18 days in Vancouver.
Yeah. It's the stuff.
Favorite nations.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Tom. Come on in, break a leg. And I'm like, oh.
And where do you come up with the terminology? Like, if you have a good
Favorite
audition-
nations?
or yeah,
Which one?
favorite nations, or they put a pin.
I'd
in
actually
you.
still.
They put a pin in you.
I don't know what that means. What put a
It's
pin
not
in you?
in you. They put a pin. Like not
What does that
in
mean?
You.
Yeah, no, they put a pin in you means you want someone else. What if that falls through?
You're the next option.
You're either the backup or like the second backup.
I've been pinned so many times.
Oh, getting pinned.
Right.
Yeah.
So somebody made that up.
Mm-hmm. By the way, they also here's one for you. They're just checking your avails. This stings. Because you'll be like, people will be like, hey, checking your avails for August, 26, 27, 28. Oh yeah, I'm available. Okay. And you're like, hey, remember when
Yeah.
remember when that cool thing was calling to check my avails?
Yeah.
I'm still available. Was that?
Oh yeah.
Like, what happened, guys?
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, that's not.
Yeah. I'm afraid to call. So when they go check the avails, they put a pin in you,
Put a
right?
pin. Yeah.
And then it's getting closer to August 28th, where you cleared it.
Yeah.
And do I call and go, hey, what's up with
Am
that?
I just gonna get a call sheet tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I just wake up and I go there?
Yeah, I just wait for the 28th, and I'm just not in Vancouver. You know
I'll
what
do
I
you
mean?
one. I'll do you one, Bobby.
Yeah.
Not only can I not go see comedies because it's
Yeah.
always a tiny bit sad.
Yeah.
Because all you're gonna be reminded is, yeah, Rob Huebel's a genius. Did I? All right. Yeah. Nick Kroll can do almost anything.
Why?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Great.
That's how I felt about you on Sean Saves the World. I literally sat there and watched you rehearse.
Thank you.
And I said to myself, yeah, I should get out. Because whatever he just did, I can't do that.
Mm.
I mean, it was a rehearsal.
Yeah.
You had all the lines memorized.
I didn't have very many lines. That's another secret.
And then you were like going
Yeah.
in and out of this like,
Little secret, be a side dish. Like I am in Dog Days, which is out in theaters. I'm doing 9 at minimum.
Dude, keep doing that.
I'll keep doing it.
Here's
So
another
be
thing.
a side dish is a secret. Oh, when you're a side dish,
Yeah.
yum, 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 yum. You're aware of kimchi, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Sometimes my Korean friends, sometimes you have 2 fridges, one for kimchi.
Do you have Korean friends?
Yes, I do.
How many? How many do you have?
3.
What are their names?
John Cho,
Oh, now he is a friend, yes.
Bobby Lee,
Yeah.
and Kathy Shin.
I know Kathy too.
Kathy's married to my writing partner.
Tell Kathy I said hi.
You don't have to. You have a podcast.
Hi Kathy. Hi Kathy.
telling her right now.
Hi Kathy. I love Kathy.
Easy.
No, she's great. I worked with her
Of course,
before.
I know. She's married to my writing partner.
So when I bought a
She's
ticket
hilarious.
for
Yeah.
an action movie, and I was looking for it. It was one of those movies where I went. You know how like Hereditary was the movie that for 2 months I was waiting to see.
Yeah. Is it great?
This other movie was I love it. I saw it twice.
Great.
So scary.
I've very seldom seen a movie twice.
It's so scary.
Last Temptation of Christ.
I love that movie.
Weirdly, I saw it twice.
Why see it twice?
I don't know why.
Why would you
I
see
think
that
maybe
movie?
I had
It's
nothing
so
to
brutal.
do, and I was like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie really is. When you watch it, though, it is
That's a weird
really
movie.
emotional.
And the
And
Peter
violent.
Gabriel music.
Yeah.
Everybody's got wieners out.
The movie was
That's why.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
The movie that I went to see.
Dark Knight Rises? What's the one I mean?
No. to be
The second one.
The movie that you're in.
I'm in the third one.
You're in the third one. That
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
With Bane.
With Bane. Yeah. And I'm sitting there in the you were not in the second one.
No, I'm in the third.
You're in the third one.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there in the theater, and when you came on as the Doctor,
Yeah.
the place went crazy.
When I turned around.
Because I think it was partly because it was unexpected to see Thomas Lennon.
Too much tension. There's a lot of tension going in.
Right, there's a lot that he scales to see.
Everything's murdered.
Yeah, he goes there to scale to see Gary Oldman, right?
Who's maybe dying.
Maybe dying, right? So when you turned around,
Hello.
Like the fact that I don't have like a bubblegum cigar
Yeah.
or like a beanie
But you had
propeller.
worked with him before, Christopher Nolan,
I'm also in Memento.
Right.
Yeah. Which is a great
It's
picture
a
if you have
great,
not seen it.
one of the best.
It's
Memento's great.
Memento's a trip.
Yeah.
Uh,
So when you're working with someone, because I've seen him over at the Oaks,
Gourmet.
Gourmet
Sure.
with his kid.
Yeah.
I don't say anything because I just get so intimidated. But
Yeah.
do you,
I'm intimidated about him too, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but he's actually a funny, sweet guy.
That day when you were working, or a couple days, whatever,
90 minutes.
that 90 minutes that you were working.
He not only does he not slow down on movies, he actually drops days out of the schedule as he starts to speed up. The faster he goes. So the more he makes a movie, the less days it takes, which is crazy.
Incredible.
But it's very true. He doesn't like have a trailer, and he doesn't like usually have monitors. He's just like on his feet, making the movie. It's really impressive.
He doesn't have anything where he can see something back.
Maybe he does. To my knowledge, I've just been around him, and he just like films it like a movie, like kind of like Clint Eastwood also does the same thing.
Yeah.
He's just there, like, and there's a camera guy, and I mean, I'm sure for the big stunts sequences, he looks at monitors and stuff. But for me, you get with Christopher Nolan, you also get like 2 takes.
Wow.
A third if you really fucked up the second one, but probably not. And
Now,
then, yeah,
knowing this,
yeah. Is it very scary?
are you nervous?
Oh my God! I couldn't sleep for days before. I had 1 page of dialogue, which is all I say in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
And someone hand delivered it to my house, like 4 months before shooting.
Wow.
It was on red paper, so you couldn't Xerox it.
Right.
And everything other than what I say was redacted with big black marker. So I didn't know who I was talking to. Well, except that I said, "Well, Mr. Wayne."
Yeah.
So, if I didn't say, "Oh, Mr. Wayne,"
Right,
there's
right.
no way to know. Like I could be talking to anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're getting that delivery,
I got hand delivered, and a guy handed it to me, and I was like,
imagine.
this was really exciting. I was like, do I need to sign something? And the guy looked at me and he went, no.
Wow.
Just like, if this page fell in the wrong hands, you're dead already.
Wow.
Yeah. It was very exciting. So, but imagine having, it's like a little paragraph and then a tiny little paragraph, and you have 4 months to think about it.
My God.
It's like,
I'm sweating as
Under attack.
yeah, I can't.
Mr. Wayne.
Yeah. So now so now your day off.
Hello, Mr. Wayne.
Where's the shot? Chicago?
you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is one of those times, they're like, hey, Christopher Nolan would like you to play this little part. It's basically a cameo in The Dark Knight Rises. Movie shooting in downtown Los Angeles, which is basically where I live.
Yeah.
Not that fun. Fun, obviously. Downtown Los Angeles, India, Pittsburgh, and London. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get downtown Los Angeles.
Right.
I got London.
Wow.
Yes.
So you flew to
You gotta
London?
fly, you gotta get a work permit, you gotta go to a wardrobe fitting, you gotta go back to the hotel, you gotta eat spaghetti, which I love to do.
Yeah, I love spaghetti.
Oh, I love being on the
So you're
having
in
spaghetti. London.
Right, in a nice hotel.
Crazy thing, I was in this hotel, and then like a fleet of women in burqas moved into the second floor, who were obviously with some like Saudi prince or something.
Yeah.
And they asked that I be removed from the floor. I literally came up one night to my hotel, lovely hotel,
Yeah.
the Langham in London, and I have the worst room, and there's all these ladies with like Louis Vuitton suitcases all the way down the hall. It's just steamer trunks. And just like burqas, but with, like Jimmy Choos and like $5,000-$10,000 shoes. And everybody looks at me quietly, and I'm like, what just happened? Something weird just happened. And then I go back to my room, and then later that night there's a message from the manager who's like, Mr. Lennon, one of our guests needs the whole second floor. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We have to move you to one of the penthouse suites. Would that be okay? And I'm like, bobbyleelive, just to see it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was gonna work. And then I did nothing in the movie.
Right.
Could barely remember my lines because I've known them for 4 months. So I just,
Oh, hi, Mr. Batman.
But look, as a man says,
Batman.
when you show up though,
Yeah.
Now, did you know Christian Bale before that?
I did not.
So you're in now. Where do you see him in the makeup trailer or?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, the makeup people. I'm sure he's in some other makeup
Right.
situation.
So you're on set,
Yeah.
and then he shows up.
Yeah, and he comes in, and the thing that's disconcerting is he's also, you know, he's a big handsome guy.
Yeah.
But then he's also like very mellow and funny.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that. Yeah.
And you also, you know, you forget he also talks like this.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you'll see him, he comes in and he's like Batman,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh hey, yeah, it's on, it's Chris, I'm in a Batman, you know, and you're like, oh, you're just like a kind of a sweet kind of puppy. It's like,
Yeah.
Batman, you know. So when you come in, I'm Bruce, and then you'll be my doctor, right? And then it's like, it's just like a.
He's telling you what the scene is. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding,
But that's so
but
funny.
he's very unassuming and,
Yeah.
and he's a funny dude. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I think
Yeah.
maybe you were intimidated, but I think
course I
it
was.
makes it easier though that you were already in Memento.
Yes, I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if there's a way to say that, like, hey, Christian Bale, how's it going?
No, but not Christian, but in front of at least
Yeah.
Mr. Nolan.
Hey, everybody.
He,
I think I made a joke like, once every 13 years we'll make a movie,
you did, yeah. That's
which
so
is also, like, kind of sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's the greatest.
He makes
He is
great
one of the
movies,
greatest
man.
directors. Even Dunkirk was. I've seen it twice.
Crazy.
I love that movie.
I just recently watched, here's a crazy thing about, oh my god, I just recently watched Dark Knight. Holy crap.
I know.
The middle one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
amazing.
I like your one too, but
I like them
they're,
all, but-
they're all great.
yeah.
But that second one, and it's
Oh my
also
god, Begins.
Begins is great too.
What's happening?
Yeah,
That movie's so cool.
so good. And to see what happened after that with the fucking Justice League, what fucking happened?
I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Okay, tell me about it, because I actually don't know. I love Wonder Woman.
That was
Oh, that's
great.
great. Wonder
That
Woman
was
fan fiction.
great. That was the only one. And I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this, okay? This is
Okay.
that Marvel has a franchise.
Yes.
They do light, a lot of colors. You know,
Yeah.
they're now built like comedies.
Yes.
A lot of fun, very funny jokes.
Oh my god, Thor.
Amazing!
One of the
Ragnarok!
funny-
Ragnarok!
One of the
Ragnarok.
funniest movies
I
of the
know!
year. From the very beginning when he's in the chains and he's just like, I'll be right back around with you in a second. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's so funny. So, as I'm not a big comic book guy, but I know. I
Yeah.
think they should have used Christopher Nolan's movies as a foundation and said, we're gonna play this shit real
Yeah.
and gritty, you know, and we're gonna, since they're doing the funny, we're gonna do the real. But they didn't do that. They made it very glossy. Have you seen those movies?
Yeah.
No.
There's a glow about things, you know, and
CGI is funky.
the CGI looks weird.
Mhm.
It's humorless, lifeless, and I've never even sat through the whole thing on these fucking things. I'll like leave or turn it off or whatever. They're fucking garbage.
Heath Ledger's really funny in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The thing with the pencil, that's how
Oh,
you meet. That's how you meet him.
It's fucking.
He basically comes in and he's like, ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And
Um,
his death also, God rest his soul, and rest in peace. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this.
You were kind of doing it. Like,
I don't
that
know why I'm
was
doing
kind of
that.
weird.
It was
Well,
weird.
because you had the vape.
I had the vape pen, yeah. I wasn't
Yeah.
doing bullying anything.
No,
Okay,
you
I was
were.
showing everyone my vape pen.
Yeah.
You like it? But that also, his death makes that movie also very.
Tough to get around.
It gives it an extra level of like mystery. You're right.
Yeah, it'll never. It was like a Tibetan mandala. You'll never get it again in any way.
Tibetan mandala.
Yeah, Tibetan mandala. I love you just made fun of how I said that. 'Cause I feel like that's how you say that.
That isn't the way you're saying it. You're right.
Tibetan
But
mandala.
Yeah. Do you have Tommy?
Dog Days is in the
Dog Days,
picture
Dog
house.
Days, yeah.
You go right down to the arc light. You say, I want the wine, the movie pour of wine,
Yeah.
and a giant pretzel and a wiener,
Yeah.
and then you enjoy the Dog Days. It's a great picture.
You want? Baby, we should see it this week. Then.
Look at Julio.
I actually think you will love it.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Julio by the
So
poster of
there's
Dog Days?
Julio with
Yes.
the poster of
That's
Dog
adorable.
Days, and look, Look,
Khakis.
that's T.
That's where you go. You can
Is
tell
that
by
you?
The,
Is
you can
that
tell by
your
the
bulge?
definition.
Bulge,
Let me see.
bro.
It's not me, guys. It's not me.
It's not you. Which one is it? You're not any in any of
I
these.
technically would be probably just to the side of those people.
Technically.
Right.
Like I'm the guy who's like right next to
Yeah.
the. Yeah, I'm just cropped out.
You're cropped out.
I'm
Yeah.
just barely cropped out.
Is,
in the
is there a guy in the movie with a skateboard?
Oh, for sure. Adam Pally is a skateboarder. Probably.
Okay.
Or no, Finn Wolfhard probably. You know from. Yeah, he's got
Oh,
a.
yeah.
Which you refuse to watch.
I can't.
Why do you not watch Stranger Things, you weirdo? Well, please go.
I auditioned for the. And I've said this before. I'll
That's
say it
okay.
again.
Oh, by the way, this is why we can't watch anything. Bobby, we've now painted ourselves into a corner.
I know. I have
Where we
the
have so
pilot,
much
and then
hatred.
they
called
licked
the
me
character
alive.
Asked for
They
your
asked for my
veils
veils twice.
Oh,
Right, they pissed me 5 times.
and
Yeah.
veil.
And,
What's the character? Which character?
For the teacher.
The teacher in the first season. Actually, he's also in the second season.
Oh, son of a bitch! You made it to both seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I auditioned the second season, because you liked the first, and I just didn't. I was so.
You didn't bring it.
Because in the first
You were your own
one,
worst
it
enemy.
was called something else, and it was just an audition.
It was called Mont.
It was called Montauk. And I just went in and I just kind of went, oh, I don't know what this sounds fucking right.
Yeah.
Right? When you don't, but now it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Imagine now you're sitting,
Yeah.
you're in the lobby like, I have to kill it.
Yeah.
And with that in it, nah, I can't do it.
I know. You know what I usually do, by the way, and you can have this. I usually walk in and I just look right at everybody and I'm like, I'm gonna pass based on the material.
That's so
And
fucking funny.
it's great, and then everybody just goes, ah!
Yeah. What if I said that before you?
That would suck.
I read before you. I'm gonna pass based on the material.
There's so many rooms
It's
I
a
can see
lab,
you
and
in.
then you go in there and
And
you
you
do
sit
it.
there and they're
Oh
like, you know
my
what?
god! How
Everything-
funny